What's going on, everybody? You're about to watch episode 9 of Podcast with Frank. This week we're going to be talking about 3 movie trailers, episode 2 review for Game of Thrones, and the top 10 best trios of our time coming up next.
Yeah. Far away from home, imagination roams. Everybody's wrong. Rewrote the song.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of Podcast with Frank. I am here joined by always Luke Ganz.
Hi.
I'm also joined by my cameraman as always, Joe Critelli.
Hi.
And our peanut gallery / fact checker for this evening is Chris Smalley.
There we go.
What's Gucci?
Finally showing up. There we go. Love
Welcome.
it.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Alright, so we'll just get right into it. We have our news roundup first. 1, Joker has finally been released for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A couple of us were able to play as him. Some people think he's okay, some people think he's not. It's kind of still too early to tell when it comes to the tier list and how good the character is. I know really only me and Joe got to play as Joker. What were your first thoughts of the character, Joe?
I mean, he's alright. I mean, I got spanked by my boy Brian Reed today, when he was playing as him, he's kind of annoying trying to learn how to fight a new character. I mean, but in general, Joker's got some cool moves. Maybe, I don't know. He's quick, he's fast.
He's quick.
I don't know,
I think that's one of the only reasons why I like him. Otherwise, I'm not used to him yet, so I don't know if I would main him
You
or
see
not,
that chain he uses? You can hit people in the air with it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I definitely like. I mean, he's a cool concept. He reminds me of an anime character though. They literally just added an anime person in Smash.
Because he's from Persona 5,
Yeah,
right?
And I haven't played a Persona game.
Me neither.
I always wanted to. I probably should get on that grind.
In other video game related news, the PlayStation 5, Sony has released some spec information on it. Well, really, it's all about this AMD chip. I'm not sure what AMD stands for.
It's a graphics brand.
Right.
Thanks.
So it involves ray tracing, which it says it's a Hollywood visual effects staple where it mimics light bouncing from object to object. Anyway, it makes rendering more accurate. It loads games in 2 seconds apparently.
Alright, so I don't know how true this is. I heard somebody was playing Spider-Man from the PS4 because, this console is apparently backwards compatible,
Okay, I'm interested.
with all PS4 games, which would be crazy. Imagine playing God of War like that. Wow, great game. Have you
Very
ever played it?
interested.
Interested, exactly. Apparently, one of the loading screens of Spider-Man. I don't own the PS4 or Spider-Man.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I know.
Good game.
I wish.
Did you play Spider-Man?
I played a little bit of Spider-Man, but
So good.
I'm a PS4 guy. I know we'll kind of talk about
But
it.
anyway, so apparently, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I was just reading. It was an article I read. I told you I was going to reread it, but I didn't. It was the loading screen that usually took 15 seconds on the PS4 Pro, which is not that bad, only took 2 to 3 seconds on the PS5.
Okay.
And if that is true, which again I don't know if it is, that could be the most insane thing I've ever heard.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
It also brought up 3D audio, which is a result it'll make players more immersed in the game as sound comes from you from above, behind, and from the sides. I don't know how that's even possible if you don't have surround sound, but it's saying that's how it's gonna be.
All right.
So I'm
3D audio?
3D audio, they're calling it. I was like, what?
Quit, Sony. You're canceled.
No, it might be kind of Dolby Atmos. They have it for the Xbox.
Yeah,
it's
but
a application for headphones.
Okay.
It'll simulate the surround sound if you put in headphones.
That makes a little bit more sense because I'm picturing someone putting up a surround sound system in
That's
their
what I'm
room
saying, yeah.
to have 3D. I'm literally picturing music notes flying at me and hitting me in the head. What? What am I supposed to expect with 3D sounds?
3D, yeah.
If a tiger growls, am I gonna get mauled by one in the background?
Right.
Joe.
It's
Figure it
it's
out.
very interesting.
I'll get right on it.
Thanks.
Fact checker.
As we all know, Avengers Endgame is coming out this Thursday night. Luke, you're seeing it on Friday, correct?
Thursday, 6 o'clock.
Thursday at
first
6
showing.
o'clock. I'm seeing it on Monday and Tuesday. Joe is also seeing it on Monday. Do we have any final predictions?
I'm
of
keeping my
what we
mouth shut.
think?
I'm keeping my mouth.
Do you not want to jinx anything?
I read a tweet today that said that apparently the last 8 minutes of the movie
Robert
or where
Downey
the
said
battle
that,
where the
yeah.
battle comes from. Someone was tweeting about how obviously Robert Downey in an interview said it. A lot of people then went on the line to start speculating that everyone will be in that fight, that there's somehow that everyone will come back. They haven't said how, they haven't said what. We'll see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit bothered by how much has been getting spoiled as of late. I've been staying away from like majority of the bulk and the meat of it.
Yeah.
But again, it's like everywhere I turn, I'm like muting things on Twitter and staying away from YouTube videos, and like it's just kind of crazy to think that it's like, bro, like
why are you? I
really want to watch this. Like I would watch it even if you told me the ending.
Yeah.
Because I want the satisfaction of knowing what happens. So it's like. It's pretty miserable to think that one person can go and ruin it for a bunch of others, but you know, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be.
I've watched videos of that saying like one of the titles of the video is like, how pissed are you that Avengers Endgame spoilers came out? And I'm like, whoa, like I didn't see anything. I still haven't seen anything.
There's a big Reddit thing on it. There's like a giant, I think it's like a 6-minute long video.
So I don't even go on Reddit. So
good. Yeah, stay away.
I haven't seen anything. Did the ending get spoiled, Luke? Do you have it?
I don't know if the ending did. From the article I read about like what it was detailing was like it was just, I don't know if it was an alternate universe. I don't know what it was, but it was like just a bunch of different stuff that was going on.
Not even.
And I was like, yep. I was like, nope, that's good for me. I was like, as long as it's there, I don't want to read it. So
my only predictions for Avengers Endgame is that it's going to be a good movie. We all know it's going to be a phenomenal movie.
It's going to be great.
It's a culmination of all these past movies, and I have trust in the 2 directors that are making it. Okay, let's get on to our trailer reviews. We have 3 trailers that we're reviewing that got released this past week. The first one being X-Men Dark Phoenix, the 3rd full trailer and final trailer before the movie is released. We're about to share our thoughts on it. I think it's looking really good. I'm not going to lie. As much as I'm hearing that the movie isn't what the studio wanted it to be, the trailers kept on getting better and better to me. And I really liked it. I like Jean Grey. It's main focus on her. I love Sophie Turner anyway, from, of course, Game of Thrones. So I think she plays the part right. I think it's going to be really good.
I think it's not really so much funny, but like the crazy thing to think about it is like this is probably going to be the last movie with this cast.
Yep.
But it could be like one of the better X-Men. Like it could be possibly like their best movie. I don't know if it will be. But it's pretty funny to be like, oh, like you guys finally did all this. You worked so hard to get to this final movie, and it's your last.
Yeah.
You know, it was your best one, but now it's over.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I think this merger is going to be really big. There's some people online that are speculating something from the merger will be in this movie.
Oh.
And if not, I do think we see something in Spider-Man. I really hope a cutscene. If I see an ending credit with like a Wolverine.
Yeah.
If I see a post-credit scene with like a Wolverine suit or something.
Or like just like the claws or something.
Just like maybe it's in like a museum or something that he's looking at and then it gets stolen. By who? I don't know.
Well,
maybe
like, the claws aren't like a separate piece of him though. You know?
No, like I'm saying like the old school yellow and blue.
Oh, you're talking about the costume.
I'm saying like the costume is in like a museum.
Okay,
to like commemorate it.
Okay.
And then like I guess like you could compare it to Miles Morales where he goes and buys the Spider-Man suit. Like maybe we have like an origin story where someone from a Wolverine aspect like steals what was known as like the old school Wolverine if they take like a approach on that. Like a Captain America approach.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Captain America suit is in display.
Yep.
Same thing as Killmonger steals the...
what did he steal?
Vibrant.
Was it a mask?
Was it a vibe? No, he was wearing the mask, but he stole a weapon?
I think he did, yeah.
Stole a weapon?
When he was with Claw.
Yeah, Ulysses Claw.
Yeah.
Another character that did not get a long enough stint in that series. But
and he was great.
He was a great character.
Great character.
Andy Serkis is Andy Serkis.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, we know how we feel about Caesar and Schmeagol, you know? Like, I mean... Schmeeks.
Joe, what was your thoughts on X-Men?
I mean, I guess I'm a little hyped up like you are, Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this trailer was pretty nice. You know, I love Sophie Turner, great girl, great actress. You know,
great girl.
Keep on keeping
Best
on,
friends.
girl. Yeah, you know, I met her plenty of times. And I know I can confirm it.
We can I call her Sophie now because you know we're on that. We're on those.
Soph, you know, sup, Soph.
Sup, Soph.
But like you know, it seemed like a pretty good trailer. Like, the action scenes from what I saw seemed pretty good. Like, looks
Yeah.
like everyone's going to get their time. And again, I love that younger cast they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss the old guys too, but...
Yeah, but it's cool that they're taking that young approach.
Yeah.
And with this merger, it could be smart if they see a lot of potential in people that they're like, okay, we're going to keep this person and that person. But it's going to be very difficult as to what you have to teeter around with who you can and who you can't keep
Yeah.
to make it transparent.
When it comes to the continuity.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
continuity.
if they kept everyone, like, and they did it right, it could be awesome.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see, you know.
I got 10 times more hyped when I see Quicksilver moving around in the trailer. When
Everyone
everything
loves
becomes slow
Quicksilver.
motion. He has the best scenes in those movies.
Quicksilver's cool, man.
Days of Future Past
Yep.
had a great scene with Quicksilver. They did another one in Apocalypse when he was grabbing everyone out of the X-Men mansion. What were you about to say?
Green Jay is going to spank him, right?
Who?
I just said
Oh,
Green Jay.
Green Jay?
Green Jay.
Green Jay's going to
Everybody.
spank that.
Jean Grey is going to spank him, right? Like, she's going to
I think Jean
like
Grey
work
is
the
going to spank
reality
most of
around
them.
him or something, right?
She's gonna spank most of them.
You
I
know,
want to say.
Quicksilver, bang, 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 super speed, you know?
We shall
I don't know.
see. We shall see.
Not as fast as the Flash, though. Sorry, guy.
You think so?
No,
Not
but
as fast.
it's confirmed. Flash is a lot faster than
I mean,
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go in on Flash for, oh my god, the feats the Flash have in the comic
Wait, but
books,
doesn't
you know.
Quicksilver slow things down?
No,
And
no,
he's just so fast.
He's
Okay.
just so fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I had the illusion that he slowed things down to make him faster. Like, what is it in Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, Deadeye.
Deadeye. They should make a character named Deadeye. That'd be a great
should.
comic book character.
Yeah.
Slows things down.
Deadeye.
Yeah.
Like that'd be an amazing comic book character as a Deadshot. But like instead of that, it's just like Deadeye, where literally he has the power to like just like touch his head and he can slow everything down and just like boom, boom,
No,
boom, and then
that-
just like boom,
That
activate
would
it
be
back.
cool.
Let me ask you
Everyone's
this.
done. Like that'd be cool.
Is a character like that, this guy you just made in your head, Deadeye, is he the perfect counter to someone like Quicksilver, who has super speed, if he can slow down time? Would
Yeah.
it be
Yeah.
like he's fighting
Yeah.
a regular man at that point?
Yeah,
or-
basically. And that's the Flash too. He'd make the Flash his bitch.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Flash kind of
That'd work.
like goes through like, can he time travel?
What?
Oh, you know what? There is a villain that slows down time. Now
Who?
I'm thinking about it. From the Flash CW show, Turtle. Turtle.
Oh.
He slows things down.
Wait a second, you're telling me there's a character named Turtle? And
Turtle.
he wasn't on my Suicide
And he
Squad
wasn't on your
roster?
Suicide
Mother-
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, you
I'm
still
just
have
remember
Weasel,
that
bro.
now.
I have Weasel. And what do I have? Weasel and Blood Raven and tuna fish and salmon, Firehawk, yeah, penguin. Like, oh god, I'm running a zoo in the new Suicide Squad movie. Watch out.
We'll move on to our second trailer that came out, which is the second full trailer for Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. It's a spin-off movie featuring The Rock and Jason Statham, two popular characters from the series. I thought the trailer was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like the whole Hawaiian chant that The Rock and his brothers were doing.
I thought that was a little corny.
Yeah, definitely a little corny,
it was a
but
little
it was
corny.
still cool. It reminded me like of Dothraki type shit so much. Like,
So that's the All Blacks and a rugby team does a very similar chant before like games. It's actually really cool, like the concept. But I don't know. I grew up in the Fast and Furious movies and I loved the racing ones. Like I grew up on like loving them racing and like stealing the money and that. That was so cool for me. And like I love that they turned into good guys.
Yeah.
But to only I can only watch them run across 10 train cars as they're falling in midair, somehow like jump, make a 90-foot jump onto a move, like
yeah, I know.
and like I get it, man. Like it makes money.
Hell
It
yeah.
makes tons and tons of money, which I commend because like who wouldn't want to get those contracts, those paychecks, and like people like the movies. But like for me, as much as look, I'm coming from someone that loves comic book movies, but I'm saying I'm like, oh man, I wish they were just a little bit more realistic because that's almost in your grasp when you watch those Fast and Furious movies. Because, like, it's like, oh, like, these could happen. Like, they're a little bit far-fetched, but, like, there could be a counter-terrorist team. There could be this,
right.
like, people doing this stuff. So you're like, oh, this is awesome. But then you're like, like the last one, the one when they were in Brazil and they stole the money. I thought that was so cool because, like, how they switched the garbage cans. Like, that was genius. But then you get into the next movie, and then the next one, and then like are they in space yet? Have they been in space yet?
I wouldn't be surprised.
One of them, they're driving a tank from a skyscraper,
Yeah.
To me, it just gets excessive, but,
a little much, right?
I think...
And I also think it's a little weird that they took those two characters. I understand where Jason Statham and The Rock have huge presences.
Yeah.
But, like, you didn't want to do Toretto and Shaw? Sounds like a pretty cool name, right?
Yeah.
Like Hobbs and Toretto?
I think this spin-off is basically being made because of The Rock.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's that big of a star. I absolutely agree with you. The first couple movies, they were definitely more realistic when it came to the bank robbing and stuff like that. Now you do have, like, cars driving out of tower windows to land into the next tower. Like, crazy, far-fetched kind of stuff, but somehow they still get great reviews. They still make tons of money. I'm not a big fan of Fast and Furious at all, but this movie, it looked pretty good because it started getting into that superhero vibe with Idris
Which is cool.
Elba's villain, who's like a man-machine, super soldier kind of guy. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like Idris.
My question is, do you think the movies are actually good? I haven't seen like a full one in a while. The last one I probably saw was that one that I told you about. But it's like, do you think they're actually good, or do you think they're hopping the numbers? Because like a lot of people speculate that Star Wars did it with Episode 8. That like people went on and they actually just like they had bots and people actually writing better reviews than actual ones, even critics and like moviegoers.
I think it's true, 100% about Star Wars. 100%.
No. That's locked in for Star Wars. But I'm saying, do you think that's the same thing for this series?
What are the reviews?
Isn't even that important. Like Star Wars is,
but I don't agree with that because of how much money they make like overseas. They make a ton of money overseas.
You're right.
And my big thing is, it's like, they're going to love it anyway because they love the action and they love the exaggerated parts of it. But I think they definitely kind of tweak the numbers a little bit just to kind of be like, oh, well, it's a better movie than, it might not be the best movie, but it's like, listen, we can't go on this rant, but the fact that people live and die by tomato meters and stuff is absurd to me. Because, like, we can rate them. I love Star Wars Episode 3 better than you do, and you like Episode 8 better than I. Like, but at the end of the day, it's all just opinion-based.
Yeah,
but it's crazy to think that people are like, oh, that's a tomato meter of 45. I'm never going to see that movie. Go see the movie.
That's the best thing. That's the great thing about movies and TV. You have your own opinion on it. Like you don't base it off of, someone else's opinion.
It's just so... Like, I would probably enjoy Dumbo if I went and saw it. I wouldn't say it's the best movie ever, but I wouldn't give it a 55 probably. I'd give it like a 60, 70s. Because I'd be like, okay, it's playing on my nostalgia. It's got a pretty good cast. I heard it's jumpy. I heard it's whatever. But that's just me. So I think it's just one of those things where, people have to stop relying on that so much. And just be like, okay, like, take what we say here as our ratings and stuff. But that doesn't mean I'm telling you what to think about a movie, you know?
Right.
So.
Our third trailer review that we are going to do is Child's Play. Okay.
I'm just going to stay out for this one. Not even.
Child's Play, as we all hopefully know, is the Chucky movies. New one, a reboot is coming out. What?
Chucky?
Chucky.
Like cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chucky Entertainment Cheese. Entertainment's his middle name.
You weren't horrified by the little doll?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
That doll's scary, man. Not anymore.
Child's Play?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reboot.
Okay.
Mark Hamill is voicing Chucky, as we said before.
Love that.
Cool.
Love it. Only good part about the movie, besides the fact.
Actually, another cast member that's in there, I'm actually really excited for her. Aubrey Plaza, she's from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Love her. She's going to be in the movie, too.
Ooh.
But regardless, I actually hated this trailer.
Yeah, it's bad.
I hated the trailer.
It's super bad.
Barely showed Chucky, and that little part of when you do see his face, it looks so animated.
It looks stretched.
Gross.
It looks stretched.
Yeah, he looks terrible. And you don't hear him speak once. You don't hear Mark Hamill's voice once, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
what they're playing on, though. They're playing on the fact that people weren't that excited, and then when they heard Hamill was voicing it, a lot of people got excited because all the people that love him as a voice actor were like, oh, okay.
And they got me
doing
with that.
the voice.
They got me with that,
Exactly.
for sure.
But I thought it looked so corny.
Oh god.
I thought it looked terrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what Mark Hamill
He's
voice
notoriously
actor.
known for the Joker, and he's
Right,
known to
right.
be like top 3 Jokers, if not like
Hell
a lot of
yeah.
people say 1 over Heath Ledger. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I wouldn't say it.
I didn't say it.
Love Heath Ledger.
I didn't
Joker.
say it. Theon, but that's all I'm saying.
Too
Too soon. Theon.
Did you watch it, Joe?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. I mean, Chucky scared me as a kid. I mean,
Terrifying.
doesn't scare me anymore.
It's a terrifying doll. Yeah, right. It didn't even look scary. That's the thing.
But I hate that they're playing now to the whole tech world.
I know.
That is so corny, man.
You know what I did like though? I liked the first thing I saw was from the director. I mean, from the producers of It. I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know how
Did you
much
like
that
it
on that.
though?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was solid
It was
80,
good.
84ish for me.
84.
Dude,
I would say it's around there. For
Well,
me,
you know
too.
what?
Really?
Yeah.
I left it at like a 70s because I just didn't like the sci-fi aspect. I thought everything else was really good in it, and I thought it was a little bit dark at points for me. Like the whole dad and the kid thing. Thought that was a little dark in my opinion. But like, I don't know. I thought the sci-fi aspects of certain parts where he's like growing heads and he's doing whatever. He's a demon.
Yes.
So I'm more scared to just see him as a clown, to be honest.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have to change a single thing about him. Just keep doing that dance, and I'm not
That part was
sleeping. I'm not
creepy.
sleeping. Okay? So, like, you know, you could have spent the whole movie of him just in the background doing this, like, across the screen, and I would have been terrified the whole time.
What was he jumping out of? Some sort of
It
closet
was like a
when his
music box or
when
something.
his whole body was just kept on twisting around. Until
Oh
it
my
was-
God, no,
That
yeah.
part was creepy.
But that's the
That
thing,
was
like,
creepy.
I liked when he was that kind of creepy. I didn't like when he was the sci-fi creepy.
Yeah.
Like, when he got stabbed, didn't he get stabbed by, like, a pike or something?
Are you
Yeah.
talking
In, like, the
Towards the
head?
end.
Towards the end?
I didn't like the ending sequence
Yeah, I thought it
either.
was
If
bad.
you're talking about that,
I
with the
thought it was
whole
terrible.
in that sense, I didn't like the or specifically in that scene, I didn't really like the sci-fi aspect of it. But they were
Yeah.
trying to give homage to the original, you know, It the Clown.
No,
in
and
in
I
those
get that,
regards.
but at the end of the day, it's like, in my opinion, you could have played such a better card if you just didn't touch it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I think so many people are terrified of clowns, and now you're talking about It. So, like, you tell me that, like, It is a demonic clown that can move around, shapeshift, do whatever. I'm okay with that. But then when you're like, oh, well, he also has tentacles and he comes from the planet Xenon, then I'm like, okay.
Well, dude, he's like a god. He's
I
like
know.
a demon god.
I know.
Like he's not a
He's a
clown.
sewer god,
And
bro.
he-
Keep
he
him in the
fuels-
sewers.
He's fueled off of
Fear, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And what's more scary than
I
that
hope the
guy?
second one's better. There's a really cool cast coming in for the second one. So
Do
that's
we-
I
always
love
sick.
that SNL guy. That's going to be.
That's
in
on Barry, right?
It. Yes, yeah, he's going to be in the new.
I don't
It.
even know who's.
Read
in
the
new
cast. Fact
now.
check. Can we get a fact check?
What do you
The
mean?
cast
Can
of
you
the
get the cast of It Part 2? By the way, the ending was really cool to that movie, how they revealed the Part 2.
Yeah, like
I
was
thought
saying,
that is an awesome concept, though, that more movies need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Need to not say it like Shazam. Would have been perfect. Would have been perfect at the end of Shazam. Would have been great.
How did that go again? They said, what did they say? It part.
I
part
think they
two
said
is how many?
It, and then they said
Chapter.
chapter 1 at the bottom of it at the end. So then it was like, oh!
Yeah.
Like, Shazam would have been sick if it was like Shazam Part 1 or
Shazam will return in.
Yeah, exactly. After this brief message or something.
I
it
would have
would've
liked
been
that,
funny,
but they definitely would have gotten some backlash, like,
course
oh,
they would.
you're just copying Marvel by doing that kind of thing.
How many
They
times has
would have
Marvel done
definitely
that?
got. Marvel does
Well,
it
the
after
cast
every
of the
movie.
characters.
The
Oh, I
cast,
guess they
please.
kind of do with. What are you
Jessica
talking like?
Jessica Chastain,
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader,
Bill
James
Hader, that's his name.
McAvoy,
James McAvoy,
Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
That's it, himself.
Yeah. James Ransom.
What'd you call me?
James Ransom.
What'd you call me?
James, you're rancid, bro.
Eddie Kasprak.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Kasprak.
Yeah, Andy Bean.
Andy
how,
Bean.
How can you forget?
Hey, how can you forget Kasprak? Losers, man.
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard is in the movie?
Flashback, probably?
Oh, no, flashbacks.
Oh, there's probably going to be tons.
Oh, there's going to be tons of flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What if they did a
Who's
third
excited for some
movie?
flashbacks?
What if they did a third movie of them, like
As
let's say
grandparents?
no,
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
That'd be great. Danny DeVito better be in that.
What if they
movie.
just pulled a 180? You know, just completely changed the ending. Who even knows? I don't know. Or maybe they don't change the ending. like from the original, and they maybe show like almost a prequel thing, like an in between of them as like adults, like maybe them around like our age right now. You think they would ever do that?
No, they took the jump to do adults. They're not going
They
backwards.
jumped the shark again. Why not? They do another
Oh, I
thing.
can see flashbacks.
If anything,
Yeah,
that
but they're
What,
gonna
of them being
have
tormented
like
throughout
Finn
their whole
Wolfhard's
life?
at like what,
probably.
17 now? He's like 16, 17?
Does
So
he does he look it though?
No, but like that's around our age, technically speaking. We're only 29.
I'm 52, bro.
How old are you?
60.
I think he. Yeah, I was gonna say he's like 12.
This is awkward. We all graduated the same year, so I'm confused. Who's the smart ones? Who's the dumb ones? What happened?
Well, I'm obviously the smart one.
Okay, on that.
So at the end of the day, we got so off topic from Child's Play because it was.
Yeah, right. Where do we even go
That
with
we
this?
started talking
We're talking about Child's Play?
all the way to
Hold on!
That's how this trailer started looking.
No,
to
we
us.
got all the way to our ages of being.
right.
Okay.
All right. So
You want to do rankings real quick?
yes, over unders. Let's do them.
Oh God, what an electric lineup we have. Of
I'm just
movies
not
this
gonna
week.
rate Child's Play.
All right, Hobbs and Shaw. Do we want to do 65?
Yeah, 60. Yeah, 65.
Okay.
I'll give it a 75.
Okay, Joe.
I don't think I'm gonna be going beyond the 70s, so probably I'll be optimistic, but I'm not really a big fan of the whole Fast and Furious series. I don't hate it, but I fell asleep during a couple of the movies.
Okay.
And it's crazy because it's so action packed.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say 72-ish, maybe
Okay.
72. Yeah.
Super duper Smalley.
I have no idea. I didn't see the trailer.
Okay, give us a number 1 through 100.
Give you a 70.
It's like John Wick and Need for Speed, but they do like crazy
Well, I know what
stuff.
Fast and Furious is. I just never was into it.
All right, I'm
My
gonna
brother
do.
was into it, though.
I'm gonna do just barely over at 69.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay,
Avoid
Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Friend, do we want to do a? Do we want to do a 55?
Yeah, 55, sure. I'm still putting it under at 40.
Okay, Joe.
Can I just rate it the Clown Part 2?
No.
Not even
No.
it would be a 95.
All right, I'm gonna do the over on Child's Play. Joe has at 95.
No.
I'm
I'm talking
proud
about
of
It
you,
the Clown
man.
Part 2.
I'm super excited that you think it's gonna be a 95.
Fine, do it.
That's a you want me to do
Fine, do it.
it? Give me your rating for Child's Play. 95 it is. All right, great.
57.
You're doing an over.
Oh my god, what was the... Oh, it's 55.
55,
Oh.
yeah.
You're a psychopath, but
I'll
good for
do over
you.
with 57, producers of It the Clown.
Smalley.
I say over 60.
That's reckless. You guys are wild.
Gotta live recklessly, man.
Sure. I am doing an under. And I am putting it at 36.
Okay.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's like
Wait, so how do these over and unders work?
Do you know how to do you know gambling?
No.
Okay, well it's
Well,
similar.
yeah.
It's what we do is we just play. What happens is when the tomato meter score comes out, we go off of that.
Oh, so it's
so
off
when a
Rotten
movie,
Tomatoes.
yeah, so when Rotten Tomatoes rates a movie, then we go back, we see all of our scores, and we just see who does the best on it, and we give it an over under. So like it's like
So
basketball.
it's like over 60.
Basketball, if a score, they do a combined over or under for a basketball game. So let's say you took the over on a basketball game at 210 points. That means each team has to score 105 plus. And then when they do, you hit the over. So basically, we pick a number that we think is logical for the tomato meter score, and then we give what we think is our scores.
Okay, makes sense.
So.
Alright, so that'll do it for all of our trailer reviews and over under. We are going to get into our main topic, one of two topics. Our first one is going to be an episode review for Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 2. Only 4 episodes left. What do we think about this one? I'm going to go ahead and say that I liked it, but I do have my problems with it. I think it's very fast tracking. I think I I know for me personally, it was jumping around a little too much for me. It was definitely a lot to take in. A lot of crucial moments happened in this episode. A lot of important stuff happened in this episode. And I'm glad that they got to it. But I just think it was a little fast. I felt like they could have done better with a 10. As of so far, I think they could have done better with 10 episodes a season instead of cramming all of it into these episodes.
Of course.
Yeah. The whole Arya sex scene, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I could understand it. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. I do love the part where Arya was throwing the knives, though.
Thought that was cool.
That was badass part.
Badass.
That was really sick. And that showed, what's his name?
Gendry.
Gendry's like, oh, like, she's...
Yeah,
Damn, like...
for her.
Yeah. Time to
You
make
got
this
it,
weapon for
boss.
her. Yeah.
Let's just go bone real quick, and then I'll be back. Like, what? Like, let me make your weapon. No, let's go have sex. Okay. What? Priorities. The dead aren't coming. Don't worry about it.
One of the problems that I had with the first episode is that I thought that Bronn and Jamie should have had some sort of confrontation at the end of the episode. Bran at the end of the episode.
No, yeah.
I take that back completely because his one line when he says the things we do for love.
The things we do for love.
Did it for me. That was awesome.
Can you
that was
superimpose that song in this part? The things we do for love.
Yeah. Otherwise, I thought the episode was good. Like, the Kingslayer meeting Daenerys.
That was cool.
Amazing
I liked the open. I got my excitement up before that.
Yes.
I went down.
Sansa stepping up her game and not giving an F that Daenerys is right there commanding orders. We haven't seen Sansa, like, really be like that until now. Yeah.
Lady of Winterfell, man.
The Lady of Winterfell. She's strong.
The Night Queen.
The Night Queen. Jon Snow telling Daenerys, the whole spiel. Ooh. This is where I thought it was a little fast-tracking.
Said it very quick.
Yes. It was too quick. I felt like they needed more time to express their emotion about that reveal.
Well, the one thing, like I told you, the thing that I liked about that scene is the fact that when Jon said it to her, she wasn't more like, she wasn't concerned that she was boning her nephew. She wasn't concerned about
whatever.
It's her nephew,
they
right?
are related.
Because that's her aunt. That's his aunt.
Tradition,
Which is fine. No, yeah. I mean, it's not fine, but like that's the Targaryen.
Not fine,
whatever.
but Game of Thrones is fine.
No, but what I'm saying is like it wasn't the fact that like what could have come out of it was that if she had let him speak, he probably would have said, "I don't care about the throne." Right? Are we all in like? Because I don't think he really.
That's
think
why
John cares because I don't. John.
He doesn't care because he's got to fight up north.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like right now,
Like
but what he would say right now is he would say, "I don't want the throne. I want to get. I want to fight the night. I want to defeat this. I want to do that." But what I'm saying is that when she found out, she was very quick to say, "Oh, so you're the next in line for the throne." And that's what I told Frankie worried me, because that starts to make me believe, okay, now what is she going to do?
Yeah.
Because she has mental issues in her entire bloodline. There are very much a lot of bad things that go on with the Targaryens. So, like, is she going to go psycho and try to kill Jon? I don't know. Look, this is a shot out of left field. I would love to see a similar episode or a similar moment like when Jaime thought he could take down the dragon. Remember when Jaime picked up the spear on the horse, tried to take the dragon down? I would love to see Daenerys get a clean shot at Jon, like on the dragon or something, and like in a split second she has to decide and ends up saving him or whatever, but then it gives the viewers the reason to go, oh, okay, this is her intentions. Because at the end of the day, I think every episode, as bad as I don't love them, we've been seeing that Daenerys is starting to teeter to more of the dark side, man. Mm-hmm. Every season we've seen her constantly getting more ruthless, which comes with being a leader, but...
Especially in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but like they said, Samwell even said it, he said, Jon, you've spared people that have done much worse. Jon, for the love of God, Jon brought wildlings who were massacring people at the Night's Watch and doing that. He brought them past the wall. Right. Like, oh no, what's the Mance Rayder? He He didn't kill Mance Rayder. He had more. I mean, he did kill Mance Rayder, but
He
had,
did kill Mance Rayder.
But that was out of
So he wouldn't
respect.
suffer.
But that was out of respect.
Yeah.
When he could have really killed him multiple other times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, for me, I think we're starting to see the end of Daenerys. That's my hot take. I think people love her. I think, in my opinion, I'm okay with her being out. I'm okay with her being time to go.
She died next episode.
That would be crazy.
I'd probably cry, honestly.
But I kind of have a similar prediction as you, where they will be in battle with the dead, and there will be that moment where Daenerys either purposely does something for Jon to get killed, or she has the chance to save him, but just lets him go, kind of thing. The other thing that kind of bothered me too, if Jon really doesn't care that much about the who's sitting on the Iron Throne, why even bring it up? Why not just keep it a secret to yourself? You know, because now you're going to have people be like, no, you should step up and be the king. Like, if he doesn't want it, then why even bring it to light? Especially to Daenerys.
Is it in public light, though?
It's not in public light yet, but you're already giving that... I don't know. I feel like if he really didn't care about it that much, he wouldn't have said anything.
I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, we know Jon, and as much as we can say, oh, he might have changed his mind, we've known the past 2 episodes, past seasons, he wants to keep the people safe. He literally made a comment and said, you guys can all hate me. I'm here because I want to keep the North safe. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, what was suggested by Tyrion? No, what was suggested by Davos, where they both lead... That's a great theory. That's a great way to go about it, because at the end of the day, they should be on the throne together. I mean, like, it's weird, their family, whatever, blah, blah. But, like, at the end of the day, they are just leaders, and I think they would do an amazing job canceling each other out. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, will we see that opportunity because of how Daenerys now looks at Jon? She doesn't look at him as a partner now. No. She looks at him as an enemy. She looks at him as a threat. As a potential threat. So that's where I'm saying, like, I don't know. I'm a little bit more skeptical. But, you know, like you said, episode wasn't bad. Wasn't good. We talked about it in the war room. I was very bothered that the war room scene was like, all right, we're going to go in there. We're going to get the Night King, and we're going to get out. Let's everyone take a nap.
Right.
What? The night. The army of the dead is right outside of Winterfell, probably 20 minutes away, real close. My Uber will be here in a minute, and you guys are literally
that Uber X, baby.
Yeah, Uber X. We just see Daenerys pull up with the lift sign on. She switches it over to Uber on the dragon, like, but. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they spent almost no time in this war room where they could have completely been like, we're going to battle. Yeah. You know, Brienne, what's your position? Tormund. And, like, they could have spent 10 minutes on everyone talking about what they're going to do. And, like, I would have loved to know what the Dothraki commander would have said. I would have loved to have known what Grey Worm was going to say. I would have loved to have seen the Hound and Barrack say, we're going to man that. Like,
no, but they're all there like, oh, we're going to die.
But not even that. It's like, that's the perfect time to bring all those characters and say, we're all ready. We're all with you. That would have been an amazing moment to have them all say, this is my command. This is what I'm doing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then leave. And then go drink. But instead, they dedicated a ton of time to them sitting around a fire and telling stories about giants and Brienne being a knight, which... some people like. I thought it was a little corny.
I liked it.
I thought it was a little corny. I love their story arc. I love that Jaime and Brienne are becoming that, where they might not be in love with each other, but they love each other in a way. It's a respect way, which is great. But which again I think is very much foreshadowing that Brienne's gonna get chopped. Brienne I think is just, but again it's like. A lot of this, I feel like, is just being forced upon the fans. It's like, oh, we wanted to see Arya and Gendry do it. Arya and Gendry did it. Oh, we want to see Brienne as a knight. Brienne's a knight. Podrick's going to fight it. You know, like, it's just like, oh, another domino falls. Jon told Dany and it was rushed. Like, come on,
I think there was some forced, like, fan service. Just a little bit. But I didn't mind the fire scene when they were all at the fire. I thought it was a nice, like, calm before the storm. Like, all right, let's all chill out before, like, shit actually goes down. Podrick has a great voice. When did he learn to sing? When did he learn to sing?
Podrick can pull. Podrick probably whips that out at Bar A, and girls are like,
He can pull. Great
What
singer.
can he do?
He's also a great fighter now too.
Nah.
We saw him training some other person, and
that guy was.
you
getting
saw that
sauced
he
up.
was comfortable.
Podrick
with the
was
sword.
dicing that kid up.
Yeah, Podrick's definitely grown. Podrick's grown to a man. I have to say.
So proud.
So proud.
So proud of Pod. Little Potty.
We don't see Cersei at all in this episode, which I'm kind of happy about.
Yeah, but
glad it's more preparation for this battle coming up.
Yeah, but I'm frustrated because every time, isn't it always in the open sequence? If they show the place, we go there, right? Hasn't that always been how Game of Thrones has been?
Usually,
if they prep the if they show the map, that's where they'll go. Besides like passing East Watch and doing whatever. Like if they focus in on it, they usually go there. They didn't go to King's Landing, but they built King's Landing up crazy. Which is fine, it's a main place, but don't show me it if you're not bringing it there. Like, the episode was ticking away, and I was like, okay, when are we going to see Cersei talking to someone? When are we going to see the Golden Company mounting up? When are we going to see them fortifying King's Landing? You know, like, I was like, oh. And then we just, you know, Theon just came and saved Yara.
Right.
But we haven't figured out what happened. You know? So now, next episode, we have to completely focus on the battle scene, but how does Cersei feel about that? She just lost one of the main commander of the Iron Islands, one of the rightful heirs. She just lost ships. She just had men killed. Like, you know, so that's where I'm a little bit like, oh, there's a little bit of the story that's missing, and I think it was rushed in that aspect. But
and I guess I could agree with you there. Then they could have definitely taken out. As much as he has a great voice, they could have taken out Podrick singing and doing whatever during that, and maybe had Cersei be reactionary with it.
Well, for the record, I can't really talk much to it, but when I was talking to shout out Zach Allen's big book and show guy, and my buddy Zach was saying that song has a lot of relevance about apparently, I don't know if you know it, apparently a Targaryen or someone that was next in line to take the throne ended up passing on the throne because he fell in love with someone that was not of King's heritage. Like, it was someone that was, I think it was Baratheon. The woman was Baratheon, and the man was of Targaryen descent. The man was supposed to marry Baratheon. They were supposed to become king and queen, blah, blah, blah.
Is that the Blackfires or something?
Something.
It's a Targaryen
It's not Blackfire. Yes.
Oh.
It's a Targaryen subfamily, but it's not Blackfire. It's something else he was telling me. But regardless, the story goes that he fell in love with this woman named Jenny. I think that was the song's name or whatever. Yeah. And that's what he sings about. But apparently that's the story being told of that. So it does have significance. Okay. So when he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, now I do like it being in there. Because the book people love it. And then now for me, someone that didn't know it, I'm like, okay, that's a cool aspect. Yeah, that's a cool aspect for like it to kind of be like something in the past, which is a foreshadowing. What I was talking about was that this man was willing to give up the throne because he fell in love with someone else. So I thought it was kind of similar to Jon's situation where he might be willing to give up the throne because he loves Dany.
If it's vice versa.
Danny's not giving
Don't
the
see
throne
that
up.
happening.
Danny's not giving the throne up. I'm sorry, guys. Like, that's just not... We can...
Yeah.
She's...
Fair enough.
She's out. Joe, how did you feel about it? Because I know you loved it. You said you cried.
Well, yeah, I was tearing up a little bit, you know, like, just from all, like, the, you know, all these people are together, oh my god.
We're all about to die.
We're all about to die, but it's kind of fun and cheery, like, oh my god. You know, right before I say anything, I gave the episode, like, right after I watched it, I think I said, like, a 93. You know, I thought it was good. They jump around. They've been jumping around. I'm used to it now. I don't like it. They should have did 10 episodes for the last 2 seasons.
A 93.
Yeah, I think I'm just hyped. I could just be overhyped. It's a big possibility. I love Game of Thrones. It's a huge possibility.
I think I'm definitely like that too. It's been overhyped for everyone, and people are going to be disappointed. And I'm not saying I was disappointed, but I still think it should have been a 10 episode.
We all want more.
Season.
That's really what it is.
Guys, I'm still good with the whole 6-episode thing, but make them hour and a half each and make the battle 2 hours.
Or make them longer.
But what's the difference between 9 and 10 episodes?
The difference is it's marketed differently.
Right.
People are going to look at it as, it's only 6 episodes, regardless of the time. People are going to be excited because it's only 6 episodes.
And I guess budget.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, look, budget has a huge part of it. My thing that I said that has been bothering me the past couple years is that I feel like they're trying to buy more people in as the Star Wars method, where they're trying to sell everything. So I don't know if you know, but George Lucas owns majority of the rights and made most of his money off the movies off of the merchandise. Because he actually kept, I think, like 90%. Like, he kept a disgusting amount, made all his money there. This isn't the same reason for HBO, but my big thing is that, like, we're seeing now that, like, I feel like they're not putting as much into the story, and they're kind of doing it more for the, everyone wants to watch it, everyone wants to make it a meme, everyone wants to talk about it, which is great, I love it. But what I'm saying is it's like they could be putting a little bit more effort into some of these past seasons where we have a lot of these episodes.
Yeah.
You know, we have a Battle of the Bastards, which is what, top 5 episodes hands down.
Absolutely.
Top 3.
You know, but like I feel like it's every season we have 1 or 2 or 3 amazing episodes. We have a couple mediocre ones, then we have like 1 or 2 bad ones. When we talked about this, in my opinion, you couldn't go into this last season having these. You needed to have every single one me like this, like glued to my seat, like never checking my phone, just like, you know, I was excited, but like you need me like this.
Right.
Oh my God. Where like show the dragons, show the this, show the that, show them prepping more for battle, like which they did little parts of, but I don't know, it's just like they could have spent maybe 10 more extra minutes of just showing us more battle footage, more whatever footage, more of the, I would have loved to have seen the White Walkers marching.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen them like defeating a castle, like we saw the wildlings killing Ollie's parents. I would have loved to have seen something like that, just massacring Hearth. But again, it's like they're kind of more focused on like playing to like we need to get to episode 3, not let's build this up in good ways. It's let's build this up so people are really excited for episode 3. I should be excited for episode 3 because I'm seeing awesome stuff every episode. Not sitting here with us going, oh, well, this was good, but this wasn't.
Right.
Oh, this was good, but that wasn't. You know, but...
Do you think they're forcing too much humor into this thing?
They've always been humorous, but maybe a little bit. But
I think it's a little bit forced, but I think Game of Thrones has always been pretty funny. I think Tormund's character is someone that is just like now he's a childish guy. I think they've made him a little bit more because he was. I mean, we remember old Tormund. He was not. You know, he made jokes, but it was in a very malicious and aggressive way.
Yeah.
Now he does it in a very like laughable way, which is fine. But again, like you said, like Tyrion makes a lot of jokes now. Like Tyrion's blacked out drunk the other night. Well, he's always been.
He would be the exception for me.
He's
at least.
always he's always been like that.
Tyrion's making less jokes though. He's a little bit more cynical in my opinion.
No, but my
he's
thing is now,
jokes,
but he's making his jokes now. But I feel like he's making like death jokes. Like he knows he's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that's what like I'm like okay, you know, like I don't know.
I just think the biggest thing is about to happen in the show, and I feel like they're just. I think for me personally, they're forcing I think humor a little too much in it. Like I'd rather not have jokes in it, and rather them have spill out more important information.
So again, back to the war room. They could have spent 10 minutes in the war room and not as much joking about Tormund's. How he got so strong.
And I'm not saying the jokes weren't funny. They
were fun. I was laughing. I was genuinely laughing at that part.
I've ever heard. Like, no, but I thought it was insane.
No, but I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing at the whole Tormund and the thing. But it's like I told you, I think that would have been awesome if he had been saying that on the front lines about to fight the Whites. I thought that would have been something that would have been like, okay, Tormund's about to go into the battle of his life and making jokes.
Chugging the horn.
Yeah, drinking his horn milk, doing whatever. I thought that would have been great. And then giving us a serious aspect about how they're about to fight the mother effing night. Like, we saw them at Hardhome. We saw them at these, we saw them in the Battle of the North. Like, we saw them at all these different times. And it's almost like Jon knows they're coming, but he's kind of forgot they're coming. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's more like, they're coming, so as long as we're protected and ready. Yo, Guy, you had a lot less people, and you guys were very underprepared. You have a lot more people now, and they have a dragon. Yeah. And they have 3 times as many armies because they've killed everyone from the wall to you.
To me, the vibe I'm getting is that they're all just, like, almost giving up in a way.
Yeah, but, like...
Weird.
It's so whack, man.
It's a little weird.
So whack.
But it's, I guess, you gotta make a joke out of a bad situation like that. I wish they spent more time with Tyrion and Bran talking together. I know Tyrion is very interested with...
You mean
with,
the three-eyed
with Bran,
raven?
with the three-eyed raven.
He's not Bran
I
anymore.
was
Like-
gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
right?
like
100%.
Tyrion said, is like, as far as we know, we're locked in this castle and have all the time in the world right now. Like, let's talk. I do wish we saw more conversation between them two.
I thought right there we were gonna see an actual conversation.
exactly,
And I know
exactly.
that.
What do you
See,
say?
that annoyed me. You know, I love that campfire. I loved everything about that campfire, whatever.
No, you can call it the
was
campfire. The
too.
powwow around the campfire.
The little camp powwow, you know, the little giant milk powwow, shindig. I thought it was great, but now reminiscing upon that, like, there's some interactions I would have loved.
I thought that would have
see
been
a little
great
bit
if they spent
longer
more
with.
time on that.
But again, well, I didn't say this yet, but you said you wanted to be glued to your seat. Like, you weren't. You said you really weren't.
No, it's not that it's that I want to be like this. Like, I want to be, like, super focused. And, like, I'm glued to my seat, but I'm kind of like...
Were you like that in the
Okay.
beginning? Were you glued in your seat at the beginning of the episode?
When
'Cause I
it
was
started
freaking
off
out.
with Jamie being told that, I was like
Amazing.
this. I was like,
Amazing,
okay,
yeah.
great. Tell me more. Let me know how this is going to go. And we talked about it. I love how they did that very subtly. They didn't give us the bringing Jamie in chains. They didn't give us putting him on his knees. They didn't get him shackling him. They just brought it right to that start, and Daenerys with that cold open.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
was good.
But again, it's like, okay, after that, where did the episode go? Everyone started talking again. Again, I think we're going to see a lot of people that were in those duos that we saw all episode dying, like one half. Like, if
Think
it's...
about it, maybe they were given that much screen
Yeah.
time because it's their...
But,
last,
well, okay, I mean,
maybe,
guys,
you know, like-
Grey Worm and Missandei, if that wasn't you being told that one of them is going to die, he literally said, let's plan our future. Guys.
Yeah.
Guys, come on. We know where that's going. We know that one of them is not
Don't
making
say that.
it.
Come on, we all deserve
But
to
it's
have
true, though.
that.
That's Red Wedding.
I know, it's
scenario.
Game of Thrones.
Pregnant,
It's literally It's literally you
that's-
going, oh, we're gonna have a little baby somehow, don't know how, but we're gonna have a family. We're gonna do this. We're gonna own a farm in the north.
And then boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, think about that. How is that gonna happen when you know for a fact one of you is gonna die?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta stay positive.
I mean-
you have to stay positive.
Oh, I
Gosh,
don't
stay
even.
positive.
Did I even say like? Oh no, I did. Well, anyways, like when I was talking about you not being glued to my seat, I kind of was like really glued to my seat the whole episode. Like, I love the character interactions. You guys are bringing me down a little bit.
I don't know, I loved all the interactions too. Like, I see
No, I like the interaction,
Like, I
but
see
it's
your
just
perspective on it,
that.
Yeah,
Listen,
It's not me saying it was a bad episode. I don't think either one of us are saying it was a bad
don't
episode.
bring me down.
No, but what I'm saying is you guys have to understand that, like, that was a mediocre episode.
Yeah, they could
Right?
have done it better.
Yes.
They could have.
But that's the point. We can't be sitting here saying, oh, season 8, episodes 1 and 2 were mediocre episodes. We got a lot of meat, but it wasn't the best cooked meat. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yeah, there was a lot of meat on the bone. We finished the whole thing, but when I was done, I was like, wow, that wasn't the best steak I've ever had. Next week might be, but at the end of the day, it's like, I want to be finishing every rib and being like, wow, that was the best one. And then I get to the third one, and that was the greatest one, and then go from there. But it was me, I was like, okay, I'll finish it, but I won't be satisfied after it. I wanted more. That's really all it was. It wasn't that I didn't like it, but...
I'm sure each episode will be better than the last.
Well, I mean, now I think... Look, if we come in here on Monday and episode 3 is not good, which, again, it's not gonna not be good, but I'm gonna have some worries if, like, 3 is good and then 4, 5, and 6 aren't. But
Yeah.
I don't think we have much to worry about from this point on.
Yeah. I mean, it has only been getting better and better.
Yeah.
I would say episode 2 was definitely better than episode 1.
Oh...
I would say so.
I think
just because of more... I think
John Ryan
because
the
of-
Dragon?
Oh, no, don't even get me started with John Ryan the Dragon. I thought it was corny.
it was a little
What?
corny, but
John
John
Ryan
Ryan
the
the Dragon.
Dragon?
Oh, I still love that.
He's not great,
Loved
but
it.
I would have maybe liked just a little bit less of it.
I don't know.
Maybe just him like doing it and I'm like, oh, like, I'm on the dragon. Okay, well, we get
I
it.
thought that was a big step as
Well,
a
we needed-
Targaryen for him.
Well, we needed to see him as someone riding a dragon.
course.
Like, we needed to see that.
Because we
it's gonna
can't just see
happen.
that firsthand.
Yeah, because exactly, or after the battle,
Yeah,
him going to King's Landing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At the end of the day, I thought it was like maybe a little bit too much of that. Then they went to a secret waterfall and they made out for a little bit. Okay, it's just I think there's a little bit of like too much. It's like, oh, you're doing good, and then you're like, oh, okay, little rivet in the system. Oh, you're doing good again, little one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was my thing. It was just I kind of started it got choppy.
So let me, before you go, Frankie,
Yeah.
let me ask you guys for once. What would you guys rate this episode? Did you?
I'd give it an 85.
Okay.
I'd give it an 80. I'd give it an 80 because again, I still liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll tell you right now, when I was talking to my buddy Zach, he's not like the last two.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you talk to him, he'll probably give it in the 60s or 70s. He said that these were two of his least favorite episodes ever.
Oh, okay.
And he thinks, again, it's because it's just kind of playing a little bit more to the fandom. A lot of the people that started later and are just watching it because now it's cool, and they're not really watching it for, like, the in-depth story that we used to like.
I do agree with that.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
My God,
Like,
the amount of people I know that didn't watch Game of Thrones and watch it now, like,
Yeah.
I can go, I'm like...
But that's more or less why he's like, I don't like it. He's like, because like I read the books, I read the novels, I read the paper, and which is fine, watch the show. I only watch a show. I would love to read the books, but I can't read. So like, it's a problem.
It's pretty
but
easy.
At the end of the I just
teach
can't.
you.
I never learned.
I'll teach you.
But at the end of the day, it's like I understand where he's coming from. Where it's like, I've watched it the whole time. I do this, I do that, and now I don't like that all these people are watching it. And, it's more or less that the show writers are playing to that aspect.
Yeah.
They're not showing us a Howland Reed, who we would have all loved to have seen at some point.
True that.
Like, Mira's story might be gone. This person's story might be gone. We might never see this person or that person again. So it's like, there's a ton of more Valyrian steel swords that we could have seen, and we haven't seen them. We finally see this sword.
I wanted to see Dawn. What was it, Dawn?
We saw...
Which is cool.
That was cool,
But at the end of the day, it's like, like, I understand where he's coming from, where he's a diehard with it, and he's like, oh, I'm kind of just being, like, let down.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of disappointing for me, where, again, I'm just a casual show watcher where I love it, and, I mean, we talk about it like this, and I'm like, oh, I still love it, but I can find those reasons why I'm like, it's only an 80, not an 85, not a 90.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorites, not one of my least favorites, but,
Real quick, how's that camera looking?
I was about to say, I mean, it's looking good. It's running kind of low on battery.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so two last things, real quick. What do we think about Arya's weapon that was made? It just looks like a spear to me.
It's called, have you ever seen episode 1 of Star Wars? She's going to be Darth Maul. I'm not even kidding, because I think that she's got it double-sided. In the picture, it wasn't.
Double-sided.
I thought when she was spinning it looked, but in the picture, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I know for a fact in the picture it only had the one side, but I thought when she was spinning it around, it might have been double-sided. I'll have to go back and watch.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely watch, but
yeah.
And the other thing, now that it's official, what just happened?
We got a man down. Clean up in aisle 3.
Clean up on aisle 3. Hi, will Mrs. Smalley please come to aisle 1? We have a beautiful gift for you. It's just Chris, just like little Chris with a giant lollipop.
Dusting.
Dang it, Chris! You had the microphone on the couch.
Have you ever seen that Family Guy?
Connection.
Have you ever seen the Family Guy episode where it's like, will Lois Griffin please come to aisle 1? We have a beautiful gift for you, and it's Peter sitting on the top of it.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so let's just do death predictions, because we're running out of battery a little bit.
Alright, read us the list real quick, and everyone take your phones out and write on it.
Alright.
Joe doesn't even have his phone. Alright, so Jon Snow's number 1, right?
John, Arya.
So wait. Just read one and we'll say dead, and just like we can all consecutively say dead or alive, and we'll all send our list to Frank. So like D or A. I almost said D or L. Dead or alive. So you say dead or alive. So
John A.
John.
Yep.
He's alive.
Who's
Daenerys.
next?
Arya.
Arya's next or Danny's next?
Arya.
Arya's alive.
I'll be honest with you.
We're
I'm
talking
gonna
just
say
for the
dead.
fight, right?
Just for I'm saying this episode, not the whole show. This is just
You
the
know
episode.
what? Just kidding. She's not gonna die. I would love for her to be the one to kill Cersei, so I'm putting that for
Okay,
alive.
I still like that
Alive.
too. She's alive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa.
I'm gonna go and be bold and say dead.
Same here.
Gonna say dead.
I'm
I don't think she
alive.
will because I think she's becoming a BA. She's still sticking as a badass. But we'll see. Is Danny next?
Yep. Danny.
Danny. As much as I want to say dead,
Alive.
I'm gonna
Nope.
say alive as well.
Alive.
Yeah, but I if she dies, we're gonna play the clip back.
Then we got Barrick.
Barrick.
Rest in peace.
Barrick, I love you, man. I will miss you. You have one of the greatest lines ever when you gave the quote to John that death is the enemy, but you're going to be part of the enemy now.
I think he's dead as well.
100%.
Rest in peace, Thoros.
Yeah, man, they'll be together soon again.
Very soon.
And then we got the Hound.
Alive.
Yep.
Game Ball alive.
Alive, yep.
Game Bowl 2019.
Brienne.
Dead.
I will also agree with dead.
I feel like I'm just saying everyone's gonna live.
You gotta rethink your numbers, man.
I know. I have like.
At the end of his list, everyone's gonna be alive. He's gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be an anticlimactic
The
episode,
only
man.
one that is dead. So well, we did have
Barrett.
some pretty big names. Yeah, it's Barrett.
only
but,
person
like,
is
right,
Barrett.
Right. Well,
Who's the boy?
I'm gonna
Whatever.
go with. I want to go with. So many coin. Anyone got a coin?
Put in the SpongeBob 2 hours later.
2 hours later.
What do you think?
I'm thinking
Heads, tails. Okay? Heads, tails.
Why are you flipping a wallet? I was about to do my 2 hours later thing. 3 hours later.
We're running out of battery here, Jeff.
Joe, come on, Joe.
What were we talking about?
Can we fire Joe again, please, for the love of God?
Oh man, she's gonna be alive though. In my opinion.
All of that!
She's not
Who's
dying. I'm
next?
sorry.
Please,
Keep
let's-
everyone alive.
Gendry.
Gendry.
I'm also gonna go with dead.
I'll say dead as well. I don't want him to be, but I'll say it. Alright, just keep reading it to us. He can just be delayed or whatever.
Dead. I'll just say dead.
Dead.
Someone's gonna die.
Tormund.
Dead.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, his brother.
And then we got Tyrion.
Alive.
Alive.
Yeah, I'll say that too.
And then we got Varys. That's how you say it?
Alive for me. I don't. If he when he, I think he will die, but I don't think it'll be this episode.
I'm going to say alive as well because I think he will be sticking with Tyrion during this, and just because I think Tyrion's going to be alive, Varys is also going to be alive.
Alright, let's. I will say alive as well, but I'm not too confident in that pick. I'm not gonna lie.
And then we got Jaime.
Jamie dead.
Ooh, I'm going to go with alive.
As much as I want to see him get the King's Landing, I'm gonna say dead because like I think it would be great if we saw Arya as a faceless Jamie killed Cersei.
Okay.
It's a left field
I would
prediction.
like
would love
that, but I'd still say alive for this episode.
Is Jamie on Arya's list?
No, because we
No,
would have
right?
probably seen her already kill him.
Okay, yeah, or at least have some sort of
Confrontation with him. Yeah,
okay.
I don't think have they ever really crossed paths. Now that I think of it,
Because I wasn't sure if she kind of
I
knew
don't
that
think-
Jamie pushed.
no, but I don't think they've ever crossed paths really like that. Think about that. When was the only like?
If they did, it would probably be in season 1.
Yeah,
But
right.
but that's
It
what I'm
would be
saying.
nothing.
They
It would be
never
Ned Stark walking with his two daughters.
never
Yeah.
lived on the same
being a
story
Kingsguard.
arc. Yep. Okay, who's after Jamie?
Hold on.
Who's my guy Pod?
We got Grey Worm.
Dead.
Also dead.
Oh man,
Starting to roll with the deadies. You're all dead, boys.
I'm gonna stick with alive. Actually,
Reckless pick right there.
Grey Worm alive. Yeah.
And then we got Ghost.
Yo, I'm gonna say alive because if I see a direwolf die in this episode, I will ball out. And I know my Nymeria is gonna probably come back, and
I'm gonna go with dead. The dire wolves are cool, but I don't think they really have any
I
chance
mean,
against
they
the White
wouldn't
Walkers.
be, not optimal, but I'm
Because
gonna
think
say-
about it, they're just gonna jump in there, kill 5 that's in front of him, and then it'll be over.
alright, I don't
Like,
want to
they're
talk
gonna
about this
ambush
anymore,
it.
guys. I'm
yeah.
getting emotional, please.
Yeah.
Alright, next.
And then we got Lyanna Mormont.
This is another tough one, huh? I mean, we all want her to live.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna die because at the end of the day, I think it's an important character that the fans have kind of liked, like started to like. So I think there's a reason for them to get sad
we need
over her
someone to
dying.
rebuild this new world, and I think she's going to be alive because she can definitely.
Do you have Masande on that list by any chance?
I'll
No,
go
I do
with.
not.
Okay, we can add her like last, but I just was. I
Yeah,
forgot
no,
about
I'm
that.
also gonna go with Alive as well.
Okay.
Then we got Jorah.
Jorah.
Gonna go
for
with
me.
Dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch the Jorah, taking an L train and going right to. I almost said Pound Town, but you're just gonna die.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna go IDK.
Well, good thing is, me and Frankie's list will be live. Joe's will be about a week and a half from now, given to you via phone.
IDK Jorah. All right, we're good. I just hope I can like miss somebody. You know?
Yeah, his entire thing is gonna be like ADDALLDX. Like, Joe, what were you writing? Oh, I'm not even sure, man. I couldn't decide.
Who's next on the
Then we
list?
got Sam.
Sam, well, I think we are all in agreement he's alive.
Oh, he's.
I was gonna say Dead.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
Imagine
he's
that.
gonna.
No, I can't see Sam.
Imagine this guy over
Imagine
here
that,
having the
bro.
nerve, my.
I think he's gonna die because he wants to fight, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't think
Somebody's
he's
gonna
gonna.
watch Baby Sam and Gilly, man.
It's Liana Mormont. She's not saying.
I do think Sam's dead.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that though.
He'll be the first one to kill a White
What about
Walker in
Fat
this
Gilly?
battle.
Is she dying? I hope Fat Gilly goes.
Who else is on the?
Dude, she's definitely eating double.
Oh
You
my
saw
God.
what they were eating. You saw what they were eating today. Like they are literally eating like water soup.
Gilly.
This guy is gonna.
Yeah, I gotta see the list real
I think
fast.
we got to fire
I
the
got.
intern.
I gotta see who you have after Jorah because I only have
No,
one
we can.
person.
You can go back and do
Jorah,
it.
Sam.
Yeah.
It's
my
literally
bad,
Jorah
my
and
bad.
then Sam.
I got you.
Are you
Right,
not
we're
writing the names?
No, I'm not. But
Gilly.
Dead.
Dead too. Yeah. I do.
Alive.
He's gonna die.
Well, I think Sam's gonna live, so it's like you might as well give him a reason to like hate the world and then it'd be like Gilly dying. But it is also a good reason to have Gilly survive and be like, me and
Yeah.
Samwell lived.
Yeah.
What do we
We
got?
got Podrick.
Pod.
Dead.
I'm gonna say Podrick somehow survives in memory of Brienne, or Podrick will die saving Brienne.
Okay.
But
I think Podrick's gonna die saving Brienne, and I don't want him to die because maybe Podrick's the one true king. Jesus, you know, guy's a savage. He can sing.
sorry?
He can
I'm sorry, who's the real king?
hot pie.
Thank you. Don't disrespect me like that ever again.
Jeez.
And then I think that's it.
Masande will do.
Sunday.
Do we say that Masande and Grey Worm both die?
I'm gonna go.
I know you said
alive.
Grey Worm lives, right?
Yeah, I think they're both gonna
I think
survive.
Missandei is gonna be with Daenerys, and she's gonna live.
Yep.
Like just like how you said.
I'm gonna
Tyrion
say
and
she
Varys.
dies. I just want those. I want these characters that are really kind of just irrelevant and don't really do much for the story. Just take them out. This is the perfect time to do it. Like,
Well, question for you, Joe. You think Missandei's going to be with Dany? Do you not think Dany's going to be flying a dragon in the battle?
you don't think Masande's gonna be underground? Because I know she
I
is.
mean, I figured Missandei was just gonna be on the dragon, you know, just.
What? Shooting arrows? When have you even seen her pick up a weapon?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I actually never watched this show before in my life. I've been bluffing the whole time.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
What were they riding
Where
on?
am I?
Whales? Flying whales?
Oh man.
So we're gonna put the dragons in? Did we already do the dragons?
Oh yeah. Might as well, right? Let's. Do
All right, wait.
dragons.
So let's do
Viserion, he's dead.
really quickly. Night King. Night King is next. We'll do.
Night King alive.
You're foolish for even putting him on that list. They can't kill him.
Yeah, they're not killing him.
I'm gonna just go with the hot take and say he dies. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Kill him if he's at Winterfell.
Right.
If he's at Winterfell, he
All
dies
right.
because again, Cersei's enemy number 1A. But I think I'm very much wrong in this one. But that's besides the fact. Okay, do we want to do Viserion next?
Yeah.
Live?
I'm gonna go with alive as well too.
Viserion is his dragon.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go with dead on that part, but I'm going to have the other dragons live.
Okay.
Viserion is like,
In this episode.
yep.
Okay.
Again, it's like the main threat is Cersei.
I'd love it. If that
No,
was the
I
case.
mean, like, I think I'm going to be wrong on a lot of this. Like, it's going to be very entertaining to see who's right and who's
me too.
wrong,
I'm not
but,
gonna be-
you know, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm gonna be
Okay,
picking who I
Viserion,
want
and then we'll do Rhaegal and Drogon. So, Rhaegal, what do you guys think? I think he's alive.
Yeah, same.
And I think Drogon is alive, too.
Yep.
I mean,
I don't think any dragon's gonna die.
Rhaegal would be the one to lose, though, hypothetically.
You're right,
but
yes.
I would say alive for both of them.
Okay.
I would say that's it.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have this up while watching the episode. Like, and, you know. Okay. So that'll do it for our Game of Thrones episode review and our predictions on who's staying alive and not. Listen, our battery's dying right now, so we're going to just go through this second
fine with
one
me.
fast-paced. So our second topic are the top 10 best trios. We used to do the duos, now we're doing the trios. I have some honorable mentions. I'll list them off right now.
Great.
Three Musketeers, Alvin and the Chipmunks,
Quality.
the Animaniacs, and the Chaotix Detective Agency from Sonic the Hedgehog, SBO, Charmy, and Vector. So I'll start off with my top 10 list. Number 10, The Lonely Island. Andy Samberg, Akiva
Sandy
Schaffer,
Amberg.
and Jorma Tacone. They
Okay.
started off on SNL, and I love them. They have the best funny songs out there. Besides Tenacious D. It goes Tenacious D and then Lonely Island.
Sandy Amber.
Sandy Amberg. Alright. Number 9, The Wolfpack. Alan, Stu, and Philip.
Good for you.
Was not a
Wow.
fan of it being a trilogy, but they are a great trio together. Number 8, Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots. Thought it was great when all three of them were together in Shrek 2. And, yeah. Number 7, Tyrion, Bronn, and Podrick. They're
Okay.
great.
Don't even have to say anything.
Yeah, three are great together.
Get to 5, and then we'll go bottom to top. We'll do it that way.
Okay. 6, we got the Powerpuff Girls.
What?
Can I just?
Speaking some Sonic
Say something, yeah.
No.
Speak.
I was saying this is. You're gonna have to cut this out. It's
What?
just I did make a list because I figured we weren't gonna be able to.
Oh,
get a bunch of
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
trios.
Yeah,
That's fine. Then
whatever.
we'll just
Yeah,
go.
I'm
No big deal. So
sorry.
you do your 5, I'll do mine, and then we'll go
better.
from 5 down.
So my number 6 is the Powerpuff Girls. They were
Yo,
my
that's my
favorite
number 6
cartoons back in
too.
there. Nice, man. All right, you're up.
Okay, honorable mentions. We got Alvin and the Chipmunks as well.
Mm-hmm.
We got Winifred, Mary, and Sarah from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
The Three Witches. We have Corey, Sean, and Topanga.
Who?
Name that show. Corey, Sean, and Topanga.
Who?
I don't know.
I'm going to leave everyone with a cliffhanger. If you know, comment below.
Ooh,
I'm not going to
All
say
right, I'll have
anything.
to think
Corey,
about
Sean,
that.
and Topanga.
Topanga sounds so familiar. Wow.
Well, I guess we'll see. And then Harry, Ron, and Hermione
Okay.
wasn't big on that. Last honorable mention: the real heroes of the Shrek movie, Three Blind Mice.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So whatever. Number 10, Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That's a good one.
Ah.
Good one.
Number 9, Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Okay.
Number 8, Tina, Jean, and Louise from.
Bob's Burgers.
There we go.
That's a great one.
Number
Great
7,
one.
Three Musketeers, because the bar is as good as the show. No, the bar is as good as the movie and or
It's
show.
as good as anything.
As anything. Sleeper candy. Number 6, Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
And I'll do my number 5, then you can go and we'll go back and forth.
Sure.
Number 5, Workaholics.
Okay, I was never a big fan of that show, but
Oh,
I
really?
I watched their movie Game Over Man, and
no,
they were
no.
great together.
Really? You liked the movie, but you didn't like
I
the
didn't
show?
like the I didn't like the movie, but you could tell that they have good.
They were.
chemistry
Oh
with
yeah,
each
they have
other.
great chemistry.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're 5.
Okay, so my number 5, the Three Stooges, Mo, Larry, and Curly. Loved them when I was younger.
Yep.
Loved them when I was younger. Number 4, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They're great together.
That's a
Team
good
Sonic.
trio.
Yep. Number 3, Ash, Misty, and Brock.
Okay.
The original 3 for Pokemon. Fantastic. Number 2, Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Okay.
Probably one of my favorite cartoons of all time. And number 1, the Cooper Gang. Sly Cooper, Bentley, and Murray from the Sly Cooper series because they were my favorite video games.
I respect that. 4 is Three Stooges as well. I was kind of raised on old school comedy and old school movies, so I really loved that stuff. My number 3, is right there.
Okay,
Nirvana.
All right.
Huge Nirvana fan. I have 3 of them. I mean, they're innovative for it. Rest in peace, Kurt Cobain. But I mean, just one of the greatest bands in my opinion of all time. Number 2, Luke, Han, and Leia.
Okay. That's
Come
a good
on,
one.
that's a great dynamic trio right there. And my number 1, the best of the best. I mean, I'm pulling out all the whips for this one. Bacon, egg, and cheese. There's nothing better than a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Nice.
All right, I didn't make a list, but how are you gonna look right in front of you? How are you missing the big? How are you missing the big 3?
The original Pokemon. That is actually
Charmander,
good. That would have
Squirtle,
definitely
Bulbasaur.
made my list. But bacon, egg, and cheese takes the cake. I'm sorry.
It is good.
You get a fat bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich in the morning after after we're chilling, boys, and we're good.
It's good hangover food.
It's good food.
Yeah, it's good food.
Period.
Yep.
I could eat bacon, egg, and cheese anytime.
And just for the record on the pod, because we want to announce it, pork roll. Say it with me. Pork roll.
Yeah,
Not your what'd you say?
Tell him.
Oh.
It's
Frank,
pork
cut
roll.
It's funny. The
Cut
other
the-
night we got all
cut the
fucking
ep-
argue with this
cut
guy.
the
Yeah,
episode.
at the show the other night.
It's
yeah.
okay. You don't call a Nike shoe just by the brand. You don't just call every Nike model that comes out a Nike.
I call it pork roll.
I do.
No, I know, but I'm just saying in general. Like, you don't go, you guys might, but in general, if you go into a store, you're not going to be like, oh, can I have the Nikes?
Right.
And just keep saying it because the person's not going to know. You don't go, I need a Taylor ham sandwich. Taylor ham is the brand, not the actual food item, which is pork roll. Done with debate. Thank you. I'm out.
Wow.
Okay, so that'll basically do it for us for this episode. We had a great Game of Thrones discussion. I thought this
is quality.
yeah.
Ranted a little, I think, but, I'm starting to cut my numbers down, guys. I'm doing better.
As always, if you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. You could follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast with Frank. And I want to thank my co-host, as always, for being here, Luke Ganz. I want to thank my cameraman, as always, Joe Critelli. And I want to thank my peanut gallery / fact checker for the evening, Chris Smalley, as well.
The camera is on his knees.
Hold on, do you have a camera on him right now? I was about.
Is this an active camera?
Is
Is this an active camera?
No, it's not an
Okay,
actual.
Sorry,
we're
we're
going to give
freaking
you a live
We're having a
showing of
breakdown.
what we're having. We don't know what to do.
It was a long
Well,
episode.
that's enough of that. Thanks for coming, guys.
Also, one last thing I wanted to say. I'm going to start filming some weird New Jersey stuff with a couple of us crew members here. It's going to be FARANK Adventures Season 2. So if you haven't checked my Africa season of FARANK Adventures, make sure to check that out. I'm going to leave a link to the description for that.
Link below, somewhere.
With all that being said, that's a wrap. I will see you next episode for episode 10. Peace out.
Bye, Mom.